Hello and welcome to episode 18 of the Digital Quill podcast with your host, Mars Wilson. It's good to see you today. Good to hang out, good to be alive, good to exist, I guess. Today we are going to talk mostly about community and different ways it interconnects. We're going to talk about what this is. We're going to talk about, and for those who aren't viewing the video of this episode and only the audio, one, good for you. Good for you, because I think this translates better without seeing my dumb face and unkept hair and inconsistent facial expressions. I don't know. But good for you. But if you are only listening to the audio, you won't have seen what this was that I was floating around the camera thing. It's just a napkin, but we'll get there. You'll hear the audio version of this soon. We're going to talk about guests. It's kind of going to be like a people's episode, I guess. A people's guide, a people's understanding, a people's glimpse. Humans doing human things. Isn't that one of the things I'm kind of all about? One moment. I want sugar. Eventually I'll be comfortable doing that. But for now I am not. I'm not comfortable with anything, but on we trek. On we keep going. Peace or live long and prosper, right? But, yeah, so my notes here are short. I actually worked on them, procrastinated on them, worked on them. I can't really call it procrastination, but it actually kind of was, because, like, I found better things to do than just work on them, and I feel like that's like a strange ADHD thing when it comes to like executive dysfunction or whatever. Like, I both understand and don't understand how it works. Like, what do you mean I can't just do something? And then there are other times where I can do it, and it's like, but what do you mean I can do something? And then I don't get it. It's like a video game glitch. Like, you can still play a game, like the game. You can still play the game. It's not like a game-breaking glitch, per se. You're still doing things. But it's like, like the graphics didn't load in correctly, but it's not even that. It's like you have to stand a certain way to use a watering can. You can't just press A and hold it over a plant facing the right way. You kind of have to do like a weird, I don't even know how to explain it, but it's like that. It's not a breaking game glitch. It's just you have to find the workaround, and it's not always a perfect science. Human existing is interesting. I'll give us that. That is about all I'll give us. Since the first thing on the topics is the awards game, and the last thing is community and guests, we're going to start with what this is. And you see some initials here, some check marks, or not check marks, tally marks. You see what is, I don't know what you will understand these things as, but to me this is an orange and a lemon. I talked a little bit about this on my TikTok this morning, because sometimes, especially on like podcast days, one of my routine things is to record a TikTok video, like a good morning affirmations quote type thing, because I was doing like picture quotes for a while, but after some things, I decided that doing it on my Instagram might be better, so I held off on posting a lot of the quotes that I have and like working on that series. So that's going to be a thing in a different light at a different point. I don't know when. I have other things I'm prioritizing. But I do my morning affirmation things, and I'm trying to move the TikTok videos to YouTube, but the problem is my TikTok videos aren't just shorts. They aren't like 15 seconds or 3 minutes, which I think is YouTube's longest short time. But I don't know. I'll work it out. I have plans. I don't know how I'm going to execute any of them yet. They all look messy. But at the same time, why do I want things to be so uniform? Like, is that me? Do I want that? Even minimally? I mean, probably a little bit. At least if I can get my, like, logos and graphics in order. I'm tangenting. I'm sorry. The awards ceremony in a world of distractions. I was talking about that on TikTok. Distractions and indecisiveness and just how many choices there are that fuel indecision. Because once upon a time, I don't think this was a problem. I think we had too much time to focus on like farming and reading the stars and drawing on stone tablets and hunting and picking fruit, I think, maybe, to like worry about what chip flavor we want at the grocery store, because we can only get like 1 or 2. You don't want to fill your entire shopping cart with chips. I have. You shouldn't. It will not, your body will not thank you later. Or ice cream. Don't do that either. But I was with the family yesterday, and I was trying to decide on food. We were getting Chinese, or so we thought, but apparently it's now closed on Wednesdays too, which is fine. Good for you. Take your extra days off. But I was like, do I stick with my usual? Because I have weird things where I do step out of my comfort zone a lot when it comes to food and try new things, like almost every time I go out or something. But sometimes with things I like stick to the one meal and I don't like defer. But I kind of want to sometimes, and sometimes I struggle with that in some places. Like, not all the places. Some I'm like, oh yeah, whatever, that's fine. But sometimes I'm like, help. What's the answer? What will make me happy? And then I'm like, okay, Mars, now calm down. It's fine. It's just a decision. You can choose the other thing the next time. It's good. You're good. But then I'm like, what if there isn't a next time? But then I'm also like, oh, that sounds good. But then I'm like, but next time's next time. What do I want right now? So in a fun way, because I was feeling like playful and happy, and I was like, I don't usually message people a lot because I'm like really bad at replying to messages and phone calls and everything in general. I will get better at it, maybe. The best advice I have if you want to get a hold of me is bug me, or we're going to play phone tag, messaging tag. We're going to play tag, an adult game of tag. Although it's not as adult because it's not age restricted, but it is. I don't know. It feels like when you are constantly busy or like in business or going to meetings or stuff, you're kind of like, I don't know, playing a phone tag with everyone all the time. I rescind everything I just said because all of that sounded really weird. That sounded all very weird. Really glad these things are pre-recorded. Maybe one day I can like edit all of the stupid shit out. No, I'm not going to. I hate deleting things. I keep emails, I keep texts, I keep phone receipts, I keep concerning voicemails that might be scary or used against me somehow in a court of law. I don't know. I get a lot of strange scam voicemails. A lot of strange scam voicemails that sometimes I'm like, is this real? And then the voice will change a little bit. like revealing the robot. I'm like, oh, no, it's not. The robots are getting good sometimes, but they slip up still. And I think they're always going to slip up still until they actually develop, like, consciousness. That's... sometimes scary that I can write without looking, but then I think about the science behind, like, hand placement and like just printing and everything, and I'm like, maybe you don't need eyesight to write if you know what you're doing, I guess. But yes, award ceremony. I wanted to include people, and I did the names, the tallies, because I was like on a napkin because I didn't have paper ready, and I was using my phone to message everybody, and I forget how many I messaged. I think this is actually everybody I messaged. No, there were others, but they messaged back later, which is fine because I didn't send it as a mass text, which I could have, but then it would have defeated the purpose of handing out awards individually. Whoever... that is who won. Congratulations, Lindsay, you won. I don't know if you listened to my podcast. You might, but I'll send this clip to you later. You won my strange awards ceremony between honey chicken and orange chicken from a Chinese restaurant that we didn't try. We actually ended up eating at Fazoli's, which I have never had in my life, which is strange because my mother loved Italian, but there might have been a reason we didn't go to Fazoli's ever. I guess it came back at one point, like it left, all of them left, and then they came back at one point, and now there are 3 restaurants. None of them are near me. Probably for the best. And it gave me bad heartburn. So if you don't usually get heartburn from pasta, but I don't know, I don't usually ever get heartburn from like food or pasta, but this place gave me heartburn, and I'm like, I don't know what that's about, but people be warned. Maybe it was my lack of eating breadsticks. I don't know. Maybe it was the breadsticks. Who knows? But that was odd. I have not had heartburn in a long time. I actually was like, what is that? And I'm like, oh, wow, that's something I haven't experienced in fucking years. Maybe I'm just getting old. Maybe that's it. Maybe my body is slowly deciding that 26 is old enough. No, I'm kidding. Imagine just... You know what? Don't imagine that. I don't want to imagine that. That's sad and odd, and now gonna be a thought that lives rent-free in my head for a while. But anyway, I want to thank everyone who participated in my random award ceremony. Please note that I will do that again because that was fun. People actually ended up like handing out their own awards randomly, so they joined in on that, which I thought was kind of cool. And all of you were unaware that you participated in a group award ceremony and that you were competing. That's nice. I don't like competition, even if it is somewhat necessary, I guess. Maybe. I don't really think it could be with, but anyway, it's neither here nor there. I just realized that doesn't look like an award symbol. I need to work on my drawing skills. The people who did not win were my friends. There were, I wouldn't say you didn't win. 3 of you got 2 points. 2 of you got 3 points. And 1 of you got the most points at 5. I don't even remember what your rewards were for. Probably, I handed them out random. I should rein in my awards, but all of those were fun, and now you can use them as a badge of honor. Is this going to be a game I create? Is this going to be one of those things? that I'm gonna look back on and be like, oh yeah, random award ceremony with emojis and text messages, because why not? Keep people on their toes. Keep me on my toes. So yes, be warned. Those who participated may not get the next round or may not get selected for the next award ceremony, but I don't make promises I can't keep. So, just note that there will be a round 2 of the award ceremony the second. It will be for random awards, and it will be to help me make a decision or something along those lines. Seriously, guys, thank you for some of your responses to it. That was probably one of my most favorite core memories. You unlocked a core memory for me. All of you on this napkin, and I'm going to end up putting this in my journal as a journal gift, which is something I started doing when I started keeping another journal. Muscles tight. Yes, my neck muscles are tight, and my allergies are so bad. Like, my sinuses are swollen as hell. So I'm like congested, my swollen muscles, and then like, cause I'm having an allergic reaction, everything is itchy. And my neighbors are noisy. Oh, speaking of community, I'm gonna do this, and then we're gonna do this, and I'm gonna do this, and we're gonna go to this, and we're gonna go back to this. Why is that? Okay, there you go. That works. Okay, we're gonna go to this. Speaking of community, and speaking of strange events that I want to be a part of, here is just timeanddate.com, because I was looking at space events, and the next coolest one that actually would be good weather and visible is around this time this year. And this is not going to be where we meet up as a group thing, community thing, to have this. Quick facts. Peaks around here, up to 20 meters, both hemispheres. We will be able to see it from Phoenix, so we're going to be able to see it where I want to meet up with people to see it. Let's just leave this part up. This part works. Yep, there you go. All right, and we can talk about it while you look over this or whatever. Actually, I was right there. Okay. All right, so I have recently been making changes, and I'm going to be making more to the Discord. I will probably need the helps of my mods in the next couple of weeks, maybe around June. But one of my things that I'm trying to do with the Digital Quill Press, the Digital Quill Media, Mars, me, is community and connection and creativity. As I've probably said before in like the first episode, maybe something else or a different episode, when I was younger and like a little bit older too, I realized that I had a weird ability to make people make friends, and usually when I was struggling for like genuine and long-lasting friendships myself, I've actually discovered that while I do have a lot of temporary people, and I don't mind having temporary people anymore, because I realize they're just as valid to have in your life as long-term people, and honestly, arguably, temporary people it's a thing. I'm sorry, I'll try not to tangent on that, but I realized that I had a knack for bringing people together a little bit. And I always wondered and asked myself, like, why am I able to connect people together and I'm just watching, like, and then at one point I was like, actually, that's a gift. That's like I have not seen too many people. I mean, it does happen. It's not like zero, but I haven't seen too many people be able to like connect people, be like a bridge, a connection of sorts. And networking and connection, like there is a formula to it, and there is like a way to do it as an entrepreneur, as a business person, as a creative, as a content creator. There's just a lot of ways to like do it, and like, I don't know. And I've never been one to conform to a box. Every box I try to conform to, I end up falling out of it or breaking it, or it breaks me. Heavy on the it breaks me part. But where was I gonna go with this? Brain not hurting, but I'm sure it will at some point, because sinus. But I realized having that knack, I could like do that. And while I do have like my own messages and my own stories and my own perspectives and opinions and ideas and perceptions to share, I also like want to help other people like share theirs too, and that's been something at my core I've always kind of wanted, because being able to write and like speak is helpful for that. I want to find my voice in all of its power again, so I can do that, and I think I am doing a lot better than I used to when it came to having my voice. I mean, I'm on episode 18 of this podcast. How many blogs have I written? How many people have I networked with and connected with? Something that a different version of me was way too fucking scared to do. Like, I was sabotaging myself. Whether with intention or not intention, I was sabotaging myself. And also, if I really want to be helping people, I can't do nothing. I have to start somewhere. I have to do what I'm good at. I have to try to be better at other things. And that's why with the Digital Quill Discord, and I'm going to change the name soon, I want to have both digital and in-person events. And I know that sounds ambitious and crazy, and you're right. And I'm right. It is ambitious and it is crazy. If you've been here, if you know me, you know I have strong opinions about the fact that I really dislike social media. I have no like loyalties to anyone. If I lost any of my accounts tomorrow and I couldn't like fight with the customer service or whatever to get it back within a timely manner, I would just end up not using it ever again. That happened with Snapchat and Tumblr. No interest in creating a new account for either of those things. And I'm not going to, because banned or blocked or whatever for dumb reasons that couldn't be repealed, or they were repealed just like 6 or 7 months later. I think that was what happened with the Snapchat and the Tumblr. I did try to make a Snapchat again, but after the whole thing, I was like, this just isn't worth it. Like, this is just one more social media I have to pay attention to and be present for, and it's just anywhere between 1 to fucking 35 people who want my attention and messaging back and forth at any given time, and I don't like doing that. I don't like messaging people back and forth in a conversation about silly stuff or good stuff or sad stuff or happy stuff. Like, I have other things to do than be trapped on my box, and I would hope you do too. Like, please do not waste your time in a text message chat with me. Like, let's hang out in the real world at an event or something. Like, I don't know. But anyway, with that all being said, like, I also understand that in my opinions of social media and my experiences, there are also good things that social media and like the digital age can do. I mean, it's given people who couldn't work jobs. It's given people voices who haven't had voices. It's helped people see things that they haven't seen before or probably wouldn't see. It's changed minds. It's changed lives. It's a new tool. We need to learn how to use it, and I intend on learning how to use it for myself in positive, helpful, beneficial ways so I can create a better tomorrow for not just myself, but the people around me. And that's why with the Digital Quill, the Discord, and other things I'm going to try to create, maybe I should do a Facebook group too. Because that also reaches a different demographic and range of people. But I hate Facebook. I would definitely need people to run that page for me. Any takers? Any of you? At the end of this episode, comment, let me know. Get in touch with me at dearmars2023@gmail.com. We can discuss all we need to discuss anytime. The next major event in person, we're going to go actually touch grass, because touching grass is not just a meme, is the event that's right here. I told myself as part of my 2025 goals, not resolutions, but goals, that I wanted to see more space events, and I've actually seen more space events, both by accident and on purpose this year than I have in previous years. So I'm already technically making good on that. But I also want one final way to feel like I made that goal happen. And that is a group space event. And I have this vision in my head. Once upon a time, I am 98% certain that our ancestors, depending on how long ago, used to just hang out under the stars and feast and watch meteor showers in the heavens. And I don't want to watch it on a live stream again. Not when Arizona has some beautiful flat landscape and also some gorgeous mountains just 2 hours outside of Phoenix. October is far enough away that I am certain I can get at least 20 fucking people to this event, myself included, so 21 people to this space event. It's not going to cost any money except maybe gas, definitely gas because it's a trip. You don't need to bring anything except yourselves. I will probably go to Sam's Club and Costco the week before and grab a bunch of snacks. It's early enough that we can take off from our stupid fucking day jobs. And fuck it. If you feel like staying the night in the wilderness during a meteor shower, during an October meteor shower at that, let's camp. We can plan these fucking details over the next month, but let's fucking do it. Let's do this event, guys. I want 20 people and then some to meet me in the fucking woods this October. We're gonna watch those stars. It's most likely not gonna be cloudy. There is a new moon-ish, so the sky will be gorgeous. If you have a telescope, you can bring it. I probably know someone. I'll probably try to bring one. Let's eat under the stars with each other. We can talk, we can laugh, we can sit in silence, we can tell ghost stories. We can meet new people. It'll be a thing. So I will see you sometime in October during the peak. Hopefully the peak. I'll make a Discord and Facebook event in June. Yeah, mid-June for this, so there's plenty of time of I'll make a Facebook event and Discord event sometime in June, so there's plenty of time to prepare for this. And we will be in the wilderness. I'm not sure how we'll do it, but maybe I can work with my tech people and we can make a digital viewing. So if you cannot be there in person because you are out of state or the wilderness is not accessible, then we will do it digitally so that you can try to be a part of. I'll have someone like try to be a pay attention to the comments and like messages and DMs and stuff. But yeah, let's try to make this a thing. Let's make this event in October the first major Digital Quill Family event. Because if you have a story to tell, if you are simply human, I consider you part of the Digital Quill family. I especially consider you so if I can get you as a guest on an episode. I especially consider you so if I've written about you on my blog. And I also consider you so if I put you in my acknowledgements at the end of 21 Days Gone. I'm actually doing it, guys. I'm writing a fucking book. Good for me. I did it. I'm doing it. Anyway, community. Let's go here. I don't know if you can see this. Aha, you can. Community, a group of people living in the same place or having a particular characteristic in common. A feeling of fellowship with others as a result of sharing common attitudes, interests, and goals. Now, what's the difference between community and tribe? And I like the community village or community to village route more than community to tribe route, and the reason being, make sure this can be seen. It can be. Okay. Tribe, a social division in a traditional society consisting of families or communities linked by social, economic, religious, or blood ties with a common culture and dialect, typically having a recognized leader. Village, a group of houses and associated buildings larger than a hamlet and smaller than a town situated in a rural area. Let's go back to community. Why these matter, these definitions, and I actually wanted to define them for myself too with the actual accurate textbook definition. And the reason these matter, the reason I'm sharing them to you and I'm adding them to this episode while talking about community and the Digital Quill family events and other stuff like this and guest episodes is I don't know how to phrase this. I don't know how to get this across, and I think I'm just gonna have to go for it. Okay. If any of this resonates with you, you are a part of my community. You are a part of the community. It's not just mine, especially if any of this resonates with you. My beliefs, my core values are on my main blog page. I will link it in the bottom. But it goes beyond that, and it's more nuanced than that because everything is. Those who really know me, and I've shared all of the details, not just what I've shared online or here in the podcast, know what I've been through and what I've seen. They've heard me talk about it a lot in extensive detail. especially when I'm at my lower points in my life, because I tend to ruminate it on it the most then. In studying theology and philosophy growing up, after everything I went through, the very first belief I adopted, and one of the things that keeps being reaffirmed to me, is people believe what they understand. People believe what they know. People believe what they see. People believe what is true to themselves. And you cannot, if you live in a world of free will and freedom, take that from them. Impeding someone's free will, impeding their beliefs because of your own bias or your own experiences, I feel like is the worst thing you can do. And I do talk about that on any level. Before I continue, I used to struggle with labels because when I was 2 years old, that's when I was diagnosed with autism and ADHD. At 2.5, 3 years old, I was put on medication for sleep and for ADHD. At 12 to 13, I took myself off of it, and at 15, I was fully off of it, not without my mother knowing. She had no idea. For years, I fought to get myself off of my own medication because I knew it was damaging me. And this is just my experience. Other people have different experiences, and that's why I need to emphasize that everyone has their own individual, unique experience when living in this world. Do not take their free will from them. I've been to doctors and specialists. For years, doctors told my mother that I'd be sitting in a corner drooling. When I was born, there were 12 doctors and specialists around because they didn't know what they were getting, because for 7 months in the womb, my biological mother drank heavily, smoked meth, and did heroin. For 7 months while I was in the womb with her. The only thing that saved me, and my mother and I are convinced, was the last few months she went into a halfway house. You don't get to see the things I've seen and experience the things I've seen and felt the things I've felt without understanding how true everyone believing what they know to understand is. My biological mother abandoned me at 19 days. My biological father is a different story. My mother, who raised me, another different story. The only parent that truly cared or wanted me actually around was my dad, who passed away from cancer. Who I was at almost every doctor's appointment with, every hospital visit, every surgery, and the one chemotherapy. And I soak up medical information like a sponge because of how many therapies and experiments and experiences I was in early on for my autism and ADHD and fetal alcohol syndrome. I should have been a doctor. That will be a podcast episode one day, and it will literally be titled episode something, I should have been a doctor. But there is a lot of reasons, and I will go into that one day. I am sad tracking and I'm getting too far ahead of myself, so I'm going to reel it back and I'm going to finish saying this. What I believe in is freedom for everybody. Being able to use their free will. That their creator, whatever the hell you believe in, whether you're an atheist or not, I don't care, something brought you here. Something gave you arms and legs and a brain and a heartbeat and lungs and all of the other extremities, or not. Something brought you here. We are not like any other animal on this planet. We do have a lot of similarities, but we are not quite the same as anything here, and that's special. We can have the connections and the families and the abilities and the understandings and the perceptions and the perspectives that we do. And that's special. My underlying belief is this: do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Treat them as you wish to be treated, the golden rule. But also this: live and let live. Just live and let live. Live your life. Don't step in anyone else's path. Don't make them be something that they're not. Because it's not for you to decide how someone lives their life. You can make suggestions. You can criticize, you can critique, you can judge. Sure, that's part of free will. But why? Why be a hateful, spiteful piece of shit? Why be petty? And I know I'm not perfect. I'm not exempt from being petty or spiteful sometimes. I'm human. I have those emotions. I act out. I say things. I do things. But I'm trying not to. I'm trying not to because that isn't right and it doesn't make me feel good. What does make me feel good is finding ways for people to be creative, people to thrive, not just survive, people to connect and learn and grow and exist, simply exist and experience. Society, any society, wants us to conform in certain ways, and there are ways that I understand that are good to conform. You know, be good, be kind, be courteous, say hello, I don't know, make friends, but there are also things that just don't make sense. And that's spewing venom, and I know I've done it, and I'm going to do it. But I hope we can agree that hopefully one day, as a community, as a species, as a human race, we can stop being so venomous with each other. Have a Star Trekian or the Orville type world. I think it's possible. It might be science fiction, but it's possible. You can't tell me that it's not. Not in 50, 100 years from now. We can make that work. We can leave a better tomorrow behind for our children and our children's children, and heck, we can even leave a better tomorrow behind for ourselves, like picking up our laundry, doing the dishes. Tangenting and sidetracking. I know, and I'm sorry, but I want to get the idea and point across that being a part of my community, the community I'm trying to build, mine, not the ones I'm trying to connect, which is all of them in all the ways. Just exist. That's all I need from you. Just be human, just be willing to learn, just be willing to grow, just be willing to stay curious and creative. Don't be willing to take away someone's freedom without a reason. That's not exempting the actual monsters who like rape and pillage and destroy. There's no reason to destroy. If you can give it your 0.05%, your 1%, your 10%, you don't need to give it your 100% every day. There's a kitty in the background. If you believe in peace and freedom and love, if you believe in creativity and art and humanity, if you believe in change being good, if you believe in polarity or duality, if you believe in the human condition on any of its levels, then welcome to the Digital Quill family. I humbly welcome you to the Digital Quill family. I humbly welcome you to the human existence, because this is a wild and crazy fucking ride. And I am glad I get to share it with you guys. I'm glad I get to share it with the people I've met along the way, even the temporary people. And I'm glad I get to share it with the people I will meet, especially at the event in October of 2025. Mark your calendar. Do it. Even if it's uncomfortable, it's just hanging out in the woods with potentially awesome people. Just do it. Just come out. I'm gonna be uncomfortable and scared the entire time, and I'm probably gonna ask my roommate and my best friend later, did I do a good job? Did everyone have fun? Was it okay? Did I say something weird? Did I act weird? Oh my god. I did act weird, didn't I? Oh fuck. Oh no. Why did I say it like that? What the hell? Oh no. It was ruined by me. And then everyone will be like, we had such a great time, Mars. Like, because that's what has happened so far at most of the events. And I'm like, I'm a fraud. No one had fun. They're just saying that to be nice. See? Now you have to come out. If you heard this episode any time between now, which is when you're listening to it. I forgot this isn't live. Not that it's ever been live, but I go live on TikTok sometimes. If you listen to this episode any time between the time you're listening to this episode and October of 2025, before October, let's say the 18th. Oh, I just realized what weekend that is. Yeah, I definitely need to be out of town that weekend. I can't be here for that, because October 21st is not only my best friend's birthday, but also the day I had to put my dog to sleep. All of you have to come. Do not let me be alone that weekend. Please, I beg of you. We will be in the woods with our ancestors, looking at meteors. Please come. I will ask again. But anyway, yeah, all of that aside, let's get to the next part, which is that's a quote of something I was thinking about clearly, but I don't remember the before the thoughts of that thought. Okay, before I continue with anything else, I just want to note again and again and again, I am not sponsored. I need your help to exist. I need your help to tell people about me. I need you to comment and share and subscribe. Please subscribe for $30 a year. It would help me out a lot if you subscribe for $30 a year, like the next 35 days from now. Just subscribe for $30 a year sometime before September. Just please. I'm kidding. I will not beg. I will not. I refuse, because this feels awkward. Guests. So I am going to probably potentially have guests this weekend and next weekend and the weekend after that and the weekend after. I don't know. I don't actually know when my guests are gonna happen yet. I haven't scheduled it, except for one that's far out, and I don't want to say that it's going to happen because life can happen and I want to leave room for that. Sorry, brain thoughts I should keep to myself. I should work on that. I should really work on keeping all of my brain thoughts in my brain. In order to be a guest, it does not take much. All you need is the will to want to be a guest. We'll make it work, whatever we talk about. We can talk about things you're very knowledgeable in. We can talk about things you know hardly anything about and just speculate the entire time. And maybe the internet sleuths or whatever who find our episode will comment and we can have conversations with them in the comments. You'll probably see them because you might be tagged, and I'll see them for sure because it's the episode I publish. But I do encourage those who have ever wanted to be on a podcast episode, or like just people who want to talk in general. I can't have everyone all the time all out on at once, and there's going to be a lot of people who are going to be like, no podcast episode for me. But I beg of you, I plead of you, I implore you, please, just please consider it. It'll help me learn to be less nervous talking to all different types of people. It'll help me learn how to talk to all different types of people. And the other part that we can focus on, that I actually would like to focus on, and I'd like you to focus on, is talking to another human, a stranger, might also be good for you. I don't know what your life is like. You are the best judge of that. But having like a potential audience might be kind of cool, or not. These are pre-recorded, so we can always scratch an episode if you don't feel comfortable and re-record it, or I can move on to another episode and keep yours as like a test episode. Like we can make it a private episode for just you. But there's a lot of ways I want to do that because I want to give people voices. I am not a doctor. I'm not a licensed therapist, but I have had a lot of therapy. So much therapy. Makes me feel weird ways sometimes when I think about it, so I try not to, but I also like thinking about it because I'm like, I know a lot because I've been there a lot. I also don't know everything, so I could learn more, but I like to think that my experience can help. And hopefully your experience can help, because who knows? I mean, someone might listen to your episode and find it incredibly relatable how boring you are. I don't understand why people call themselves boring. I mean, I call myself boring too. I guess I should understand it, but you might be boring to you, but someone might find you interesting. Or someone might be like, I never thought of doing things that way. Or thinking that way. Like, being on the internet gives us such an incredible ability to not only be impressionable, but personable, and I don't know. There's a lot of words in the English language I could have used right there. I'm already struggling enough as it is, because sinuses, and then just today is not a day I can speak well, apparently. Oh. Okay. One more topic. 2 more topics. First, we go back here, and we go here, and we go here. And we go here. Because this, as you have been aware many times at this point, hopefully, is the unsealed community I keep talking about. And oh shit. I have a Zoom meeting with this place tomorrow or tonight. This is the next challenge. Write a letter to a place that changed you. A home, a city, a hospital room, somewhere that holds your story. Here are the rules. Must be 18. Sign up here. All entries must be in by May 21st. Entries must be in English. Must be less than 800 words. Headline, how it will be judged. So this is an interesting little challenge that's due soon. And if you want a place to write, a prompt, I recommend the Unsealed, even if you don't call yourself or consider yourself a writer. They do challenges like this monthly, sometimes multiple, sometimes one. I was actually going to enter this one, and I don't think I'm going to do like a physical place, which I'm not sure is the rules, but I like writing every day if I can. So I write what I want. I make my own rules. I am a rule follower, but I'm also a rule breaker. I am often a contradiction to myself, and I think that's one of the like many facets of life is there's often a lot of things contradicting each other, overlapping. The network or the web that I see in my brain all the time, it just keeps extending, and I keep seeing different webs, and I'm like, what's going on? It really is connected in all different ways, and some things aren't. And then the very some things that aren't connected are connected, and I'm going to stop before I go down a rabbit hole, because I will, and I have the other point to get to, because that was a short one, and I just talked about it. The last point is actually technically 3 topics on my notes here, but sorry for the clicking. Sorry for the stuttering and the stumbling, and I obviously didn't prepare very hard for this, but at some point, the other changes I've talked about and I want to incorporate, and I might actually need to elect the help from other people for these things, is a website and merch. I definitely need a lot of someones to subscribe for $30 or $5 a year, or $30 a year or $5 a month on the Substack, so that I can not have to ask for birthday money for my birthday, because I don't want to celebrate this year, and get merch between September and December. T-shirts, pins, buttons, and stuff like that. I have some designs and things I want to put out. Some for specific audiences and some not. Some for everybody. But the other thing I want to do is with my community aspect in mind. One of the major things I've always wanted to incorporate is I don't mind being like a hub, like where other communities connect with each other through my community, or people find other communities and completely abandon my community for those communities. Like, please go ahead, find your homes, find your villages that feel like home to you. Use my network as a way to network your way, I guess, or my building network. But the other thing I want to do is I don't want to just sell my own stupid merch in my merch store. And I actually plan on finding ways to like link other people's stores to mine so that you can like see other people's stuff and I will make no profit off of it. I'm just a gateway, a free gateway. You pay the people who actually made the product. So like that goes for people's artwork and stuff like that, because in my merch store for like the Digital Quill Media, there'll be like t-shirts and pins and stuff like that. I'll have my book in there at some point in special editions. There'll be like if I do get sponsored with stuff, like I'll do blind bag giveaways and stuff of products that I'm not going to use, that I have too much of, just so there isn't waste, because I'm tired of the waste for stuff I review and things like that. I've been tired of that, so that's been on my radar for a while. I'm going to be selling art and projects that I make through my merch store too, as well as other people's, just because like I do want to be like a hub. Like, consider me the next Amazon, but better, because I'm more about the people and not the products. People are not numbers to me. They're not soulless, emotionless, robotic beings. Some of them are, because some of the spam emails and chats and comments I get are wild. How did you think that was going to work? Anyway, but yeah, that's part of my plan with my website. But also on that note, with my website, what I want my website to be, like my website, the website that hosts everything, because eventually I want to get off Substack as a platform, or not like as a platform, like I might come back to it here and there, but I do eventually want to like have like a main page where you can book me for photography or dog sitting. You can see all of the events that are coming up and invite yourself to them. You can find all of my blogs, my books, other people's stuff, other people's links, other people's blogs and podcasts and stuff. You can find my podcast episodes, merch store, just pretty much everything I do, I want on one website in a pretty way. I actually have a few examples of websites that I like the look of that kind of do that. Not my area, so I need you. I need the internet. Please help. Please help a starving, scared artist who has no idea what the hell they're doing, but is gonna try anyway. I will throw shit to the wall and see if it sticks. I will dive head first and hope I don't get a concussion. Again. Which is another thing I'd like to note, and it's not actually on my notes, but it's my last point before I hit end and do the whole goodbye thing. I woke up this morning with a headache, and I'm actually at this point considering it might not be a sinus headache, but my scar where I have like that really bad headache, or not the headache, but my scar where I got hit pretty hard, and I'm pretty sure caused my almost lifelong problem of brain pain. But I woke up with a headache like right behind the scar, and I could like feel the scar, and I'm like, is that a headache behind my scar? Like, is that where the head pain is right now? And I like reached up and I'm like, oh, it is. So that's something I've been monitoring. Come on, nose. Come on. Stop being clogged. Stop it. Maybe I should do a steam thing. And by a steam thing, I mean turn on the hot water and just sit in the bathroom for the next hour. I can work in there, so it's nice. Alright. It's at that point, and I need to start doing this because it is part of my slogan thing. But Thank you for tuning in to episode 18 of the Digital Quill podcast with your host, Mars Wilson. It's been a pleasure talking at you today. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Please comment, share, subscribe, follow. Do all of the internet things or none of the internet things. Just you being here was enough. Thank you for letting me give you my time. I hope I somehow taught or inspired, maybe motivated or entertained you today. Hopefully it at least entertained, because it wouldn't be giving you my time without it. As always, humans of Earth, don't stop going. Keep going. Never stop. Thank you for existing. Thank you for being here. I will see you next time. Bye.